had to come on today and say some stuff. I'm gonna start speaking a little bit more. And I wanted to say, cheap people always do the shortcut shit. Every time I think about it, man, cheap people do shortcut shit. They just won't do shit the right way. They want to do the shortcut shit. I remember I ain't giving none of these chicks no clout. I ain't mentioning no names. I call them by their nationality, so you understand. I had a Polynesian chick. I just saw a homeless guy, right? And I, normally I get him money. And I remember she used to tell me, oh, don't get homeless people no money. They gonna take the money and they gonna use it for drugs. They gonna this and they gonna that. And I used to look at her and I used to be like, when I'm giving the money, I don't care what they use it for, what they told me they wanted it for, that they needed it for. If I believe them, I'm giving them the money for that reason. So my reason for giving the money is when I'm doing it from the kindness of my heart because they need what they say they need, or they wanted to get some food, or they really ran out of gas. Now, if I see them with the same thing the next day, then no, I ain't giving them shit. But if they came to me and they were straight up, hey man, I just want to use the money to get me a beer. Hey man, I just want to use the money to get me something to eat. I get them the dollar, because what you gonna do with it is your business. The point is, I gave it to you under the pretenses that I gave it under was for what I was told and what I believed. So it don't matter what you go use it for. If you tried to get over, you ain't really getting over. I'm giving you the money from me to you is for this reason. She just couldn't get that concept. She literally could not get that concept. I ain't giving them no money. They lie. They all be, yeah, you got some that do that, but you can't label it. What I see with women is, if they see one person do something and they hear about it happening, or they hear about it happening, they then start putting everybody to that same thing. But they don't want you to do them like that, but they want to do everybody like that. Women are the one-sided creatures I ever seen. You got some you got very few, I would say 10%, that actually have common sense to look at both sides of things. But most of them only look on one side of the coin. They never look at the other side, and then they think they being smart. She was so cheap. When I look back on the relationship, she was a great cook, but the lady was just crazy. She would say things that when I think about it, oh, you shouldn't let nobody steal from you. I'm the only one that should be stealing from you. She said that shit to me one time. And I was like, nobody should be stealing from me. Like, who wants somebody that's going to be stealing from them? And she was just, when I look back on that relationship and some of these relationships, when you get a lot more sense and you start really looking back and you take your feelings and emotions out of it and you get smarter. I like to do that. You can see the people for who they really are, and they really wasn't shit. That's just really what it is. They really wasn't shit. But, yeah, she just was real funny about the homeless people. Then I got with a Colombian. She felt the same way. And I'm like, I'm giving it to them. I explained it to her. I said, I'm giving it to them under the pretenses that they need it for what they say they need, because some of them really do use it for what they say. And some, they try to get over. I can tell when someone getting over. But for me, it has nothing to do with what I'm giving it to you for. If I'm giving it to you because you told me something, then that's what I'm giving it to you for. End of story. That's all I want to say. I'm doing the workout videos and all the car videos and everything. I'm going to be doing travel videos, but I'm going to do some talking videos too, giving my 2 cents on shit so you can understand how I view things and a little bit more about me, because you need to do this with people. People need it. So that way people know what you're dealing with. When you see somebody, you know who they are and what you're dealing with. And with me, this is what you're dealing with.